It almost feels like the speakers are floating, like they're suspended in air. Attention audiophiles and music producers, do you ever feel like your monitoring speakers or whatever speaker setup you happen to be listening to could just be better? Because if you fit into one of those categories, you probably already know that your speakers vibrate. And when they vibrate, you're getting distortion and coloration, so you're not getting the purest audio experience possible. And I think it goes hand in hand. If your speakers are vibrating, obviously the surface that they're placed on is also vibrating, further degrading your sound as well as your experience. So that's where Sound Addicted's got us covered with the S-Pod's premium acoustic absorbers that are going to reduce or eliminate the undesired vibrations caused by your speakers to let the sound shine through as purely as possible. So once you add these to your speaker setup, you'll hear hidden details and clarity like never before. So basically inside this box we have a pack of 8 acoustic absorbers made out of a mix of silicone as well as steel. They definitely do have some weight to them, weighing in at just under 5.5 ounces for each acoustic absorber. With these you can experience a range of benefits, including reduced coloration, increased clarity, decreased structure-borne and extraneous mechanical resonances, instantly purify your sound, and lift the veil, instantly exposing hidden details in your audio. Now because this is a premium and high-end product, I expect the packaging to be just as good, and I'm not disappointed. Very well designed, feels very nice, looks very nice, and gets the point across. As you can see, this is pretty much how you're gonna set it up. So with that being said, let's bust inside this box, get them set up, and see how well they improve our audio experience. Got some nice foam here because, you know, audio. Okay, wow, okay, these are a very good size, looking very nice. This is actually pretty nice. We have a free gift here, reusable cable ties, because there's nothing worse than a messy area because of all the cables everywhere. So using these, you'll be able to organize everything and open them and close them as needed when you add additional cables. I'm gonna keep this close by. We also do have a little instruction card here. It looks like we have 4 easy steps. Step 1, arrange 4 pieces of decouplers with the small base upwards in the shape of a rectangle, preferably on a flat surface like a desk, bookshelf, floor, etc. Number 2, be careful that each pod is applied diagonally inside each of the corners of the speakers or the monitor. And step 3, place the speaker on the 4 pieces well-positioned isolation feet for maximum efficiency. We recommend no more than 44 pounds per speaker. Step 4, you're ready to experience great audio. I added that part at the end, but that's basically what's gonna happen. As well as this card is some fancy looking speakers. And now that we got that stuff out of the way, we do have our 8 acoustic absorbers right here. Let's pull, oh wow. These honestly feel great. Let's get them all out of here, get them all laid up on the table. So now taking a look at the Sound Addicted S-Pods, we do have a 2 material design here. We have silicone right here in the middle as well as the bottom, which is going to be coming into contact with your speaker as well as the surface your speakers are on, but it's surrounded right here by stainless steel. Now the purpose of the steel is to prevent the silicone from distorting and looking unsightly and ugly once you have your speaker on top of it, because remember, these support up to a weight of 44 pounds per speaker, and with that weight the silicone could cave in a bit and not look very nice. Now when you're trying to make your audio sound good, if possible, you do want to make your setup look nice as well, so it's very nice to see. So as we can see on the still, we do have Sound Addicted branding right there, and everything else is nice and clean. And as you can see, the silicone part actually just pops right out, so we can just push it out and pull it out. So this right here is the main acoustic absorber that's going to be absorbing all the vibrations and making your audio sound that much better. As you can see, very simple right here, 2-piece design, and it fits right back into place. It does poke out a little bit through the metal from the top and the bottom, so that way it can make contact without rattling the steel, because that would really defeat the purpose. Now each S-Pod measures in at 2 by 1 inches or about 5 by 2.5 centimeters. Each piece weighs 5.45 ounces or 155 grams. And the good news with these S-Pods, they work with any brand of speaker as long as you can set these up underneath of them. There shouldn't be any issues there. So with that being said, I got my speakers set up right here. Let's get these set up with the S-Pods and see if we can improve the audio experience. So right here we have some standard size bookshelf speakers. Let's actually just get these lined up properly. I'm gonna actually use this to measure out how it should actually fit. So we're gonna try to get it right on the corners. Okay, so that looks about right. Some in the back here, just like so. So as you can see, I have 4 of them laid out right here, ready to go on the corners of the speaker. Of course, because we do have an 8-pack here, I'm gonna do this for the other speaker as well. So literally just like that. Now, if you're keeping score at home, these are basically additional feet for your speakers, just Pretty simple. Now with that being said, let's get the speakers loaded up on top. Now what I will say, the instant you put these on here, you can feel the separation from the desk. As you can see, they kind of move a little bit because the silicone is absorbing that movement. It feels very nice. It almost feels like the speakers are floating, like they're suspended in air. Exactly what you want for something like this, because that means it's not coming in contact with a hard surface, which is gonna reduce or eliminate the vibrations completely. Now what I will say is the design looks great. As you can see, it looks like they're meant to be there. They don't look out of place whatsoever. If anyone looks at your setup, they're not gonna be like, why would you put that underneath of there? Because it looks like it belongs. And as far as they feel, it does feel like it's doing a great job absorbing the movement, even though nothing's happening yet. But my expectations are high, and I feel like they're gonna work wonders. So now with that being said, let's pump some music through these things and see how well they improved. Okay. Now, it's kind of hard to demonstrate this visually, but what I can say is this song has a ton of bass. It's booming. As you can see, I got my earplugs on because I have it up quite loud right now, and I'm, protecting my hearing. So what I can explain right now is with the S-Pods underneath of the speakers, the vibration on the table is significantly reduced. I take them off, I can feel a lot more vibration vibrating my hand. I put them on here, it's not 100% gone because remember, this has a ton of bass and it's up extremely loud for testing purposes, but it is significantly reduced and it does make a huge difference. One of the main things I noticed that really led me to see that these were actually working is I have a keyboard over here to the left, and with the speakers directly on the table, I could hear the vibration of the keyboard. Once I added the S-Pods underneath of here, there's no more vibration in the keyboard. Now, to be fair, I can still feel it with my hand because remember, it's so loud and so bassy, but I don't hear that rattle anymore. So that's definitely an improvement right there. And plus, to be honest, I don't think you'd be playing it this loud unless, you're listening to music having a party, then of course, throw it up. And even though you can still feel the vibration, it's not making you hear the rattle of the keyboard. So that's definitely a W right there. So the sound addicted S-Pods acoustic absorbers, I can say without a doubt, they do a great job at absorbing that vibration that is experience when you listen to something bass heavy or just some good quality loud speakers. Now like I was saying, I did have this maxed out, pushing it to the limits with a lot of bass, a lot of sound, and like I said, it didn't remove 100% of the vibration because I feel like that might be impossible when you have something up this loud, but it did significantly reduce it. Like I said, the keyboard stopped rattling, which is right over here. I felt it with my hand and it was significantly reduced as far as the vibrations I could feel as well. So this led to not having any interruptions with the vibration of the keyboard, vibration of the speakers. I just had some nice bass, some nice sound, and I was able to enjoy the music with earplugs on because I had it up so loud. But if you're using these just for personal listening, maybe even for a party or even music producing, having that extra clarity without having to listen to vibrations of whether it's the speakers or stuff that's on the tables next to you, because I'm sure you have a whole setup going on, right? You might have for example, if you have some bookshelf speakers, you might have some pop figures next to it, and those things are gonna vibrate like crazy. If they're in a box, you're gonna hear that plastic, and that's not good. So using these will definitely improve that and get rid of as much vibration as possible, I would assume. Because obviously vibration is vibration and there's only so much you can do, and I feel like these hit the spot and did just as much as you can. And it did a great job at doing it. It's a very simple product, but very well made, super high quality, silicone and steel put together. That way it looks nice, works well, feels good, has good weight, supports 44 pounds per speaker, and improves your audio clarity and quality. Honestly, it's a W.